Slice and dice.
Today we're going to be looking at Series 3 Chop Chop. This is the version that comes out with Swap Force for Skylanders. And, you know, it's the exact same. He's still an undead type. He still looks the same as all the rest, well, except for Legendary Chop Chop, which of course was black. Really the only difference is that he doesn't have a shield, and he has two swords, which I'm really interested in seeing in-game how that plays out, because all his skills, like he had skills that used his shield. So I assume it's going to be the exact same in-game. It's just, it'd be a little different looking at the figure going, my figure doesn't have a shield, but my character in-game does. But he actually looks pretty good. My son was actually pretty excited when he seen this one. He was just like, chop, chop, two swords, dual swords. But yeah, so we went ahead and picked him up. And construction-wise, your typical Skylanders construction is pretty good. The Series 3 ones, well, the whole Swap Force line, I do find better than the Giants line. But anyway, let's go ahead and we'll throw this bad boy on the portal and let's go check him out. Here we are again in Skylanders Swap Force with dual, was it twin sword Chop Chop? And I have to admit I'm a little disappointed. I kind of wanted to see two swords, but he's got his sword and shield. And to be honest, I think he looks pretty sweet. Look at him. So we'll go ahead and check out his attacks that he starts with. So it's for 38 melee. Gotta get a crit in there. 57, there we go. And his second attack is, well, he actually blocks. It's pretty cool. You got the little light effect going on down below. Definitely a pretty cool upgrade. And of course his jump. Yeah, pretty much what I expected. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at his stats. Alright, Twin Blade Chop Chop starts off at 300 health, 50 speed, 24 armor, 3 crit, and his elemental power is 105, but 80 of that is coming from all the other undead Skylanders we added. And to be quite honest, his stats are pretty buff for starting off. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else up around that health. I've seen 290. Speed's pretty high, his armor's high, his crit's a little low, but yeah, for starting off, it looks pretty good. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at his upgrades next. Alright, the first attack he starts with is Archean Blade. Press Y to slash away at your enemies with this Ancient Blade. Press YY and hold Y for a fencing combo. So right off the bat, you get a combo. So the other one he starts off with is the Archean Shield. Hold A to absorb a limited amount of damage from most attacks. Also deflects projectiles. Now the first upgrade you get is Spiked Shield Bash. While holding A, press Y to shield bash an enemy. Distance increases with absorbed damage. The next upgrade you're getting is Vampiric Aura. The Archean Blade does extra damage and you regen health by defeating enemies. I actually like that when you start getting there. It's where you really, at least to me, start feeling like a viable character. So next up, we have Shield Spartan. Move faster and block more damage while holding A. Alright. And the last one before the fork is Bone Bramble. Press X to attack enemies with Bone Brambles. And let's go ahead and we'll take a look at his old soul gem. Cursed Bone Brambler. Bone Brambles deals extra damage. And his new power in Swap Force. Yep, I've already unlocked it. We just got to get the money for it. Dice and Slice. Hold Y to charge up to dual sword mode, then release to unleash a furious two-sword attack. The actual icon looks pretty cool. I was actually really hoping he would actually be a dual wielder in the game and maybe like pull the shield out, maybe in the fork. One would be dual wielding swords and one would be shield. And it looks like it actually might be. But yeah, a little disappointed that he still has the shield. And to be honest, I'm looking at the swords right now on the portal. And they look different than the swords that they have displayed here. Oh well. Let's just go ahead and look at the top fork. Archean Combat Master. Press YY and hold A for Archean Cyclone. Press YY and hold X for Archean Leap. Next up, we have Archean Vorpal Blade. Sword attacks do even more increased damage. I like the way they always word those. Does even more increased damage. And last up is Demon Blade of the Underworld. Swords have longer range and do maximum damage. Alright. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at his shield line. Arcane Spectral Shield. While holding A, press Y to release absorbed damage on your foes. Okay, so you can release the energy of the damage that you've been taking. Shield Stun Bash. Shield Bash attacks stuns enemies. Demon Shield of the Shadows. Shield Bash does extra damage. Absorbed damage is automatically released. That actually sounds really good. If you're into the whole shield, you know, it's a good line, but to be honest, I've always been the sword guy. And my son is really bad at the combos. Well, he's only 4. What do you expect? But even still, just buffing the swords and how much damage to do really works out well for him. But that's our first look at Twin Swords Chop Chop. I hope you liked this, and if you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And as always, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss when the next video is uploaded. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.